Queensland is a great place to do clinical trials. We have all the essential ingredients to conduct a clinical trial successfully, quickly and economically.
What we've got the capability of is doing preclinical work, that's the preclinical toxicology and the assays and the workup, to be able to provide the package that allows clinical trials to start.
We have a very simple regulatory system. The Therapeutics Goods Administration does not require to approve early stage clinical trials, merely to be notified of them, which means that you can go straight into a clinical trial once you have ethics committee approval. This greatly shortens the time and that reduces the costs of doing the trial.
We have developed and delivered well over 1,000 clinical trials, taking phase 1 through to phase 4 clinical trials. So we've got products that we've developed from proof of concept all the way through to registration. We've got very strong local knowledge, we've got a very good regulatory system, and we have the backing of the government to enable us to deliver the goods.
Smaller biotech, smaller startup companies, they'll use the R&D tax credits to come to Australia to work with other vendors, such as other clinical research organisations. The advantage of that is it then also moves into phase 2 and 3 trials, so our patients then get first access to these new drugs.
Many of the clinical trials here are conducted by small biotech companies. They're keen to take their product to the world market and of course want to prove that it's effective.
Compared to China, Queensland has a very fast track process for the regulatory and approval and the clinical services.
Clinical trials cost less to run in Queensland, up to 60% less than the US market. We're faster. It takes 6 to 8 weeks to get studies started up here, and we have extraordinarily high quality work.
By doing one of these studies over about 2 to 3 months, they can save several years as well as many millions of dollars. And the efficiency of the process here in Australia allows the dose and the frequency to go straight out into phase 2 trials. One thing that's really kind of vibrant in Queensland is the collegiate nature of trials and all of the different vendors for clinical trials.
Queensland provides a great environment for people who wish to learn about clinical trials. We have a great education system through the universities and the hospitals here, and we really encourage people who wish to learn to come and do things jointly with us.
In Queensland, we are lucky because Queensland Health has made significant investment in telehealth, and also they have undertaken significant reforms by connecting 3 satellites to a larger centre in Townsville, Cairns. You could double the recruitment rate, you could enhance the patient access to clinical trials, and also you can enhance the capabilities of the staff as well as the smaller sites to conduct clinical trials regardless of their postcode.
So data collected from clinical trial sites is of a quality that meets the standards internationally.
QPharm has been audited by the United States Food and Drug Administration and found to have robust processes and practices consistent with generating data for inclusion in submissions to international regulatory agencies, such as United States Food and Drug Administration, the European Medicines Agency.
The data is monitored closely by the research organisation and the sponsors, and the data is kept nice and clean and goes into packages that gets drugs registered.
So it's a great place to bring your work to Queensland. We have the correct environment, we have education services, we have training services, we have clinical services, all the need for successful clinical trial work, and it's also a great place to live.